As the trial for Chihiro begins, Byakuya states that Toko must be the culprit as she has dissociative identity disorder, with her other personality being none other than infamous Sho. Afterwards, when Toko faints under the pressure, her personality actually switches to that of genocider Sho, despite casually admitting she is a genuine maniac, but still denies ending Chihiro, proclaiming that she always uses scissors in her serial rampages. As such, being the only other one who knew of infamous Sho's crimes, Byakuya is as well suspected of the crime while also curiously not denying it. However, after Makoto deduces Chihiro was actually destroyed in the boys' changing room, Kyoko subsequently revealing Chihiro was, contrary to everyone's belief, not a girl, but in fact a cross-dressing boy. Byakuya admits he is not the life ender and had only modified the crime scene to make the game more interesting. Thus, Celestia gives her testimony about seeing Chihiro carrying a sports bag containing a jersey the night before. Mondo accidentally lets it slip that he knew what the exact color of the jersey was, so he eventually admits that he is the true culprit. Nevertheless, after the guilty verdict, Monokuma reveals that Chihiro had come to Mondo, revealing his true gender, in the hopes he could help him become stronger. Mondo, however, had been keeping secret the fact that he was responsible for his brother's death in order to keep his gang together, so he became jealous of Chihiro's strength and destroyed him in a fit of rage, where he then moved his body to the girl's changing room and also destroyed his e-handbook to protect his honor. Regardless, lamenting his actions, Mondo is put through his demise, in which he is spun around in a motorcycle death cage until turned into butter, leaving Kiyotaka mortified. Meanwhile, Monokuma is seen talking with an unknown person, discussing the mysterious 16th student of the academy, as who could it be? After the ordeal, Oi mourns the deaths of the fallen students. Thus, she goes out by herself and discovers a bright light glowing in the darkness. A close-up of Chihiro's face is then seen and Aoi's screams echo throughout the hallways. Meanwhile, a new floor is opened for the students following the class trial, which has rooms such as a game room, art room, and the science lab. Monokuma then calls all the students back to the gym, where he reveals a new motive: a reward of 10 billion yen if you can destroy someone and get away with it. Nevertheless, the students all doubt anyone would do that for money. Regardless, the students soon all gather in the public baths to find a laptop which Chihiro had repaired. The laptop contains the AI alter ego, which is currently trying to crack some files. Alter ego then presents itself as Mondo Owada in front of Kiyotaka, to assure him that it wasn't his fault for not stopping Mondo before he ended Chihiro, resulting in him having a new spark of life as Kiyondo Ishida, believing that Mondo's soul to be within him. Meanwhile, everyone watches in confusion as Kyoko tells Alter Ego to keep working, when suddenly, Alter Ego shows them a picture of Leon, Chihiro, and Mondo goofing off with each other, making them wonder if Monokuma is actually trolling them. The next day, Makoto hears some screaming coming from the bathhouse. So when he goes over to see Hifumi bow in front of the girls, he notices Makoto, who starts begging for help to save him. So he asks what happened, only for Hifumi to proclaim that he now has a connection with Alter Ego, and that he somehow thinks he fell in love. Suddenly, Kiyotaka comes in and says that he won't allow his friend to be crushed on by him, causing a minor fight between the two, so Kyoko bans everyone from seeing Alter Ego from then on. However, the next day, Kyoko calls everyone to the public baths again to reveal that Alter Ego has gone missing, but Kiyotaka and Hifumi only blame each other. The next morning, Kiyotaka and Hifumi's bodies are found lifeless, while Celestia is attacked by the Robo-Justice. However, the situation becomes more confusing when the pair of bodies disappear and are found again in an art cupboard. Suddenly, Hifumi gasps to Yasuhiro before leaving for the Shadow Realm. Now enter Monokuma, who announces that another class trial will be held, while everyone is distraught about two missing members in a row. A flashback then occurs where Hifumi perishes in Aoi arms as Monokuma announces that a body has been found. Back in the present, everyone agrees that Yasuhiro must be guilty for both doings. Thus, the group assembles at the pool, where Byakuya gets angry at Kyoko for not saying anything, only for Kyoko to open a locker revealing the Justice Robot suit. Inside the suit itself is Yasuhiro, who tells the others that he was attacked, and when he woke up, he was stuck wearing the robot suit. Regardless, Byakuya asks for the note, only for Yasuhiro to say he no longer has it. Sussy Baka. Meanwhile, Celestia notes how Kyoko found Yasuhiro inside a pool locker, only for her to get a glare. Kyoko then inspects Kiyotaka and Hifumi, with Makoto joining as well, so multiple clues are found right before the class trial. Inside the trial, Aoi and Celestia easily blames Yasuhiro, but he insists that it wasn't him at all. However, Makoto starts vouching for Yasuhiro's innocence, using evidence to point out he couldn't have designed the outfit, let alone carry the two whilst wearing it. Nevertheless, after Kyoko asks the court to consider the two scenes as separate incidents, Makoto deduces that Hifumi had only faked his death from before, with Kyoko's evidence revealing Hifumi was actually the one who destroyed Kiyotaka, where he moved his body to the art supply closet, only for he himself to be ended as well. Now tasked with finding the true culprit behind both destruction, Makoto accuses Celestia of the crime as she somehow knew there was a second victim before it was announced. As Celestia grows defensive and brings up Hifumi's last words again, Makoto deduces that the Yasuhiro he was referring to was actually Celestia's real name, Teko Yasuhiro. Now accepting defeat, Celestia reveals that she stole alter ego to coerce Hifumi into finishing Kiyotaka, under the premise that they would escape together, before destroying him herself in the hope of winning the reward money to buy a castle. Leaving Kyoko with the key to alter ego's location, Celestia is put through a Versilla-style ordeal before being met by a speeding fire truck. After the trial, Kyoko has Makoto investigate a hidden room behind the boys' toilets, where he finds a whole bunch of confidential records and a note reading, "You must not escape from here." However, he's suddenly knocked out by a mysterious assailant, only for him to discover all of the files missing when he finally regains consciousness. Later, whilst returning to his room, Makoto spots Sakura and Monokuma squaring off against each other in the gymnasium. Makoto then overhears that Sakura had been forced to become Monokuma's mole as he took her family dojo hostage. Makoto then feels he should not jump to conclusions until he has talked to Sakura, but Kyoko becomes annoyed with him for keeping secrets from her. After exploring the fourth floor containing some locked rooms that Monokuma forbids breaking into, the gang catch up with Alter Ego, who reports that Hope's Peak Academy was placed under lockdown due to a terrible incident that occurred in the past, theorizing that the school's true headmaster might be the one behind it. He also discovers another strange photo, this time of Sayaka, Celestia, and Hifumi together. Afterwards, Monokuma announces to everyone that Sakura is the mole who was ordered to destroy someone in exchange for her dojo's safety, thus hoping to bring about another destruction amongst the group. As Oa becomes angered by the mean words said about Sakura, she ends up getting into a fight with Sho, leaving Sakura angered that innocent people got involved. Meanwhile, Alter Ego asks Makoto and Kyoko, who forgives Makoto for keeping quiet about Sakura, to take him somewhere where he can connect to the school network so he can find a way to help the students escape. Despite knowing the risks involved, Makoto and Kyoko agree and respect his wishes. Thus, they set him up in the hidden room found from before. Later, Makoto, Kyoko, and Aoi discover that Sakura is now finished inside the rec room, which has been suspiciously locked from the inside. Once again, Kyoko conducts her investigation only for Aoi to direct her anger towards Byakuya, Toko, and Yasuhiro, feeling that one of them must have been responsible for Sakura's demise. Afterwards, following an investigation in the chemics lab, the next class trial begins. Toko then reveals that she, Byakuya, and Yasuhiro all received notes from Sakura calling them to the rec room, where she had witnessed Yasuhiro attack Sakura with a glass bottle out of fear. However, Yasuhiro being the culprit is ruled out when Makoto reveals Sakura had been hit twice. The second hit is revealed to have come from Toko, after she had passed out from seeing Sakura's bloody forehead and became infamous Sho, hitting her with another bottle. As this is also revealed to have not been the ending blow, Byakuya reveals that the actual cause of death was instead poison, presenting a bottle of poison whose contents were replaced with a protein shake. Meanwhile, Aoi then announces that she herself is the culprit, claiming that she had replaced Sakura's protein shake with poison and gave it to her. However, Makoto and Kyoko's analysis of the closed room scenario, along with a piece of glass found in the poison bottle Byakuya presented, revealed that Aoi had only been hiding the fact that Sakura had actually committed self-destruction. Now complete, the trial comes to an end and Aoi reveals she had purposely tried to steer the trial to a wrong verdict, believing from a left-behind note that Sakura was suffering, and she felt everyone deserved to be ended to make up for it. Monokuma then subsequently reveals the note she read was a fake he had made, with Sakura's real last note stating that she did this all to her life only to save her dojo, stating that her wish for everyone else is to make it out of the academy alive. Although the others feel encouraged by Sakura's dying wishes, Monokuma then reveals he had caught Alter Ego trying to hack into the school network and destroys his laptop with a digger. Later that night, Kyoko has Makoto distract Monokuma while she does some investigating of her own, later warning him about the academy's 16th student and super high school level despair, Mukuro Ikusaba.